Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mr. Fluent English. It's wonderful to have you here again with us. Today, we're talking about a topic that every single human experiences, no matter where they live, the weather. Weather affects our travel, our mood, our energy, our routine, our plans, our clothes, our behavior, and even the way we speak to people. And today, we're going to explore how to talk about weather changes and seasons around the world in natural, real English.
Yes, and this is a very universal topic. If you're learning English for real life, this is one of the most practical topics you can master. Most small talk in English begins with weather. It is an easy way to start conversation with strangers, colleagues, neighbors, classmates, customers, or even people online.
Exactly. And today we will demonstrate natural conversation, but also teach you phrases that advanced B2 level English learners use globally. Not too British, not too American, but neutral international English that works everywhere.
And one important thing to understand is weather conversation is not only about temperature. It's about changes. It's about comparing. It's about noticing patterns. It's about describing differences from one season to another. It's also about talking about climate in different parts of the world.
Yes. For example, if you want to express that the weather changes quickly during the day, you can say, "The weather is very unpredictable today," or "The weather is constantly changing."
That's a very useful phrase because many countries nowadays are experiencing weather swings. Hot mornings, sudden rain in the afternoon, cold breeze at night, and this is becoming common internationally.
And one phrase that English speakers use a lot when weather is unstable is, "You never know what to expect today."
And here is another global phrase. It feels like the seasons are mixing together.
That is extremely true, especially with climate shifts around the world. Many countries report hotter winters, shorter springs, delayed rainy season, unusually humid summers, or sudden strong wind events.
Yes, so let's start with basic neutral global vocabulary for describing temperature in natural English. Mild, not too hot, not too cold. Chilly, slightly cold but not freezing. Humid, the air feels heavy with moisture. Dry, no moisture, the air feels rough. Boiling, very hot, informal. Freezing, extremely cold, informal.
And when we want to describe weather in a more educated or neutral tone, we can say, "Temperatures are rising. Temperatures are dropping. The air is cooling down. The heat is intensifying. The atmosphere feels heavy today."
This is the language that sounds more mature, more advanced B2. This is language used in international settings, business travel, global communication, not childish classroom weather words.
Now let's explore seasons. Around the world, people experience seasons differently. Some countries have 4, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Some countries have 2, dry season and rainy season. Some countries have transitional monsoon periods.
Yes, and when describing seasons in English, the advanced way is to connect seasons to lifestyle behavior. For example, during winter, people tend to stay indoors more. During summer, people prefer to stay outside until late evening because the daylight lasts longer.
And if you want to talk about seasons changing, you can say, "We're transitioning into summer now. The days are slowly getting warmer." Or, "We're moving into the rainy season soon. People are preparing for heavier rain."
Now, let's start comparing different countries naturally and teach how to talk about world climate difference.
For example, Nordic countries experience long, dark winters. English speakers describe this by saying, "Winters are long and harsh. Daylight hours are extremely short."
Meanwhile, countries near the equator experience warm temperatures all year. We describe that by saying the climate is consistently warm throughout the year.
Yes. And when countries have both hot and cold, they sometimes say, "We have all 4 seasons clearly defined here," meaning each season has unique character, strong difference.
And when weather impacts people emotionally, English speakers say, "When it rains for too many days, it affects my motivation," or "A bright sunny day instantly improves my mood."
Now let's move into seasonal small talk examples. It looks like it's going to rain soon. The humidity is unbearable today. The wind is much stronger than I expected. This cold weather makes me want a hot drink. In many countries today, people are experiencing stronger weather changes than before. Winters can suddenly become extremely cold. Summers can feel too long, and rainfall patterns can shift dramatically in only a few years.
Yes, and this is why talking about the weather is not just small talk today. It is a real part of global life. When we speak English, we need accurate expressions to describe these changes clearly and naturally.
For example, if we want to describe long periods without rain, we can say, "We are having a drought," or "There's been very little rainfall recently."
Another useful phrase is, "The climate is becoming more unpredictable." This is very common now in global conversations because many countries are facing unpredictable seasonal behavior.
Exactly. If you want to describe extremely hot days, instead of saying very hot, a better phrase is scorching hot or the heat is intense.
And if weather suddenly changes from warm to cold in a very short time, you can say, "The temperature dropped suddenly."
Or the weather shifted quickly.
These expressions help us sound clearer when describing world climate, and they're used internationally, not only in one region.
Now let's talk about describing seasons in different places. For example, in Canada, winters are extremely snowy and long. People often say, "Winter lasts forever."
Meanwhile, in Southeast Asia, many countries experience a strong rainy season. People can say, "Monsoon season brings heavy, continuous rain."
In desert regions, you can say, "Days are extremely hot, but nights become surprisingly cold."
When you describe weather in English at B2 level, you should not only state the temperature. You should describe how it feels, how it affects life, and how it changes behavior.
Yes, for example, instead of saying, "It is hot today," you can say, "The heat today is exhausting. I feel tired even after a short walk."
That type of phrasing gives more meaning. It shows reaction. This matters in intermediate English because real conversation is about describing real-life impact.
Let's give some useful B2 weather structures that work globally. Temperatures have been rising steadily over the past years. The weather has become extremely unpredictable recently. There is a huge difference between daytime and nighttime temperature.
The humidity is making it uncomfortable to breathe. Storms are becoming more frequent during this season.
And if you want to compare two countries, you can say, "Summer in my country is shorter than summer in Australia."
Or, "The winter here is mild compared to Northern Europe."
These comparison structures are very useful for global English speaking because many international conversations involve comparing climates.
You can even add time expression connection phrases like, "In the past, but now." Example, "In the past, we rarely had storms, but now storms happen every month."
That is strong, modern global English. Clear meaning, good flow, real data feeling.
Also, when talking about sudden changes, you can use out of nowhere. Example, "A storm appeared out of nowhere."
That is very natural conversation style.
Weather vocabulary is extremely important because weather conversation is universal. Every human can talk about this topic regardless of background.
And because climate changes are increasing worldwide, English learners must know how to describe shifting climate patterns in a strong and precise way.
In the next continuous section, we will go deeper into how to talk about extreme weather events and how we can show personal opinion and concern naturally without sounding dramatic.
Yes, because speaking about weather at B2 level is also about expressing emotional reaction in a mature, balanced way.
Exactly, and that builds global connection through English, which is the heart of this channel.
Yes, that is the power of clear international English. Extreme weather is becoming more normal in many countries, and English speakers discuss these events frequently. When talking about dangerous weather, it is important to use expressions that show seriousness without panic. For example, you can say, "The storm was extremely strong and caused serious damage in the area."
Yes, you can also say, "Flood warnings were issued by authorities because the river level was rising very fast." This is mature and neutral reporting style.
For heavy wind, you can say, "The wind was strong enough to push objects and shake buildings," or more advanced, "The strong winds disrupted transportation and daily routines."
This type of vocabulary helps you sound more like a confident global communicator.
Extreme weather vocabulary is highly useful in news, global discussion, research, travel talk, and international conversation.
And when we talk about emotional impact, we can express concern without exaggeration. Example, I feel worried about how quickly the climate is changing. It makes me uncomfortable when the weather is unpredictable because I cannot plan my day. These sentences are suitable for professional and social English.
Another way to express opinion is by connecting causes and effects. Due to the heat wave, many people decided to stay indoors. Because of extremely heavy snowfall, several schools were closed. Cause plus effect sentences make your English much stronger at intermediate levels.
Yes, and this also shows logical reasoning. When we talk about weather, we do not only describe what is happening, we also describe how people react to it.
For more global perspective, some countries prepare for extreme weather with early alert systems, emergency planning, and weather tracking technology. Useful sentence. Technology helps us predict extreme events faster and more accurately.
Weather idioms, very useful for daily conversation. Under the weather means not feeling well. A storm is coming, trouble or problems approaching. It's raining cats and dogs. Extremely heavy rain, casual, often used. Break the ice, make conversation easier or start communication.
These idioms make your speaking more natural. You can use them in daily talks, even outside weather discussions.
Before we finish, here are some practice questions you can ask others to discuss weather in English. What type of climate do you experience where you live? Has your country's weather changed compared to the past? Which season is the most comfortable for you and why? How do people in your country prepare for extreme weather?
Asking these questions makes communication more meaningful and deeper. Good English learners do not only answer, they ask good questions and continue conversation intelligently.
Weather connects every human, every culture, every location. When we master weather vocabulary, we unlock easier conversation with anyone in the world.
And this was another complete, deeper English speaking lesson here on Mr. Fluent English.
Thank you for learning with us today. Keep practicing, keep observing weather around you, and keep improving your global English skills.
See you in the next episode.